What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How are you doing? It is a beautiful day where I am. Like, this is the perfect weather for me. It is calm. It's not so hot. It is not cold. You know, that cool weather. That is the weather that is here today. And I am welcoming you to Searching Lights. My name is Emma and I am happy. I am happy to be here with you. This is a safe space we have created for us to discover and search out all this yearning and learning and talk about adulting, talk about all these things that seem simple and yet they are real. Speaking of which, do you remember your first close friend? It could have been your grandmother. It could have been your sibling, for those who have siblings. It could have been your childhood neighbor or your schoolmate. Yeah. For me personally, it was, I think my grandmother was my first close friend. Then when I started school, the person I used to share the desk with became my other close friend, because we would share snacks. We would come ready to talk about what we have seen at home and all that, and it was just always so exciting. It made me look forward to going to school. That was, of course, real young, like that friend whose snacks you eat. They pack for you your snacks and then you give your friend your snacks and then your friend gives you yours because you don't like what they packed for you. And sometimes the things are usually similar, but I don't even know. I would just enjoy eating what was from the other person's home and not what is ours. Yes, I guess you're wondering, where is she going today? I am going to talk about friendships and the unspoken rules in friendships. I love this topic because it is very dear to me. I believe that friendships help us navigate the different relationships in life, whether it is with our spouses, with our children, with our parents, with our siblings, because there are people whose siblings are their friends, whether it is with your workmates, your colleagues, people you meet along the way. There's the low-key foundation is friendship. And I believe this is how we begin to traverse adulting in life. We navigate these friendships and we figure out ourselves along the way. So we have different kinds of friends. We have friends with whom we share similar interests, whether it is your hobbies or like foodies. If you find people who also enjoy food, you automatically form a certain kind of friendship. Then those who love traveling, along the way, you form friendships with those. Those who love sports, So those are the similar interests I'm talking about. Then there are friends that we make because we grew up with them in the same neighborhood. Do you remember those friends? Oh my God. I'm still friends with my childhood friends, the ones we grew up with in the same neighborhood. Somehow life has made us keep in touch. And I feel blessed by that, by the way, because now those are people who know you properly to the core. And if they're watching this, they're just like, oh yes, we know her so well. So those friendships. Then they're friends with whom and some of these relationships don't all have to be deep. I feel like sometimes that's the mistake we make. We feel like every friend we get, we have to be deep with them. But no, some of these don't have to be deep. They just have to be for the occasion. I'm not saying mean. I'm just saying there's a depth. The depth varies. So situations vary from circumstances to circumstances. And that's why you see that maybe as we grow older, we notice that we get fewer and fewer friends because we can define this better. But now, what are the unspoken rules of friendships? You will find that these unspoken rules will also be the same that also go into the other relationships we have. For example, respecting spaces and boundaries. Everyone has boundaries. It does not matter who it is. Even that person you call your best friend has boundaries. So we need to understand each other's boundaries and then learn to respect them so that we are not crossing lines. And boundaries differ from person to person. So when you understand what your friend's boundary is, it makes the friendship easier because then you don't cross these lines. And there's that smoothness that just goes along. Then there's this one. This one. Some of you are not going to be happy that I'm mentioning it, but we have to talk about it. My God, learn to pay your debt. If you borrow from a friend, pay back. If you borrow, and if you know that you cannot pay back, just ask for it as help. Yeah, instead of saying, oh, could you please lend me this amount of money, and then when they do, because when you have said lend, the person expects you to pay it back. So when you don't pay it back, this is going to affect your friendship in the long run. It doesn't matter how close you are. With time, the person will be like, hey, this person takes me for granted, or next time they will not lend you when you actually have an actual issue. So learn to pay your debt. Or if you borrow something from a friend, take good care of it. Yeah, whether you've borrowed their car. Have you had those friends, like every time they borrow something from you, it comes back spoiled, and you're like, but I've had this thing for so long and it was functioning, but when this person borrowed it, it came back spoiled. So yeah, pay your debt, take good care of whatever you have borrowed from your friend. And it's good to pay debt. Yeah, it's good to pay. You would love someone to pay money they owe you, so pay back your friends. And if you're that person who has not yet paid back friends, you think about it and find a way of paying them back. Find a way of paying them back. Then there is, be a safe space for your friend. Yeah, let your friend feel like they can talk to you well, they can communicate with you well, and this will help, because we all need those safe spaces. Huh? Don't be too judgmental, don't be too mean. Even when you see someone's weaknesses, don't just always be pointing those out, because it will make someone feel like, just think about it. If you're always around someone who is always pointing out your weaknesses or your meanness, you end up not feeling comfortable around them. So let's create a safe space for our friends and also celebrate their wins. Banange, it is important for us to learn to celebrate other people's wins and achievements. If you find yourself being jealous or envious when your friend achieves something, then you are not a good friend. Or if you find that you have a friend who is always jealous of what you are achieving, that is not a good friend. My dear, just learn to celebrate, because if you're happy for your friend, then you encourage them to go better. Then when your turn comes, they're also happy for you. Are you seeing how this is flowing, right? Are you seeing how it's flowing well? Then it gets better and better and better. Then do not embarrass your friend. My God. If you disagree with a friend when you're in public, don't be too quick to say, but you, this is how you do it. No. Don't embarrass your friend. But when it is just the two of you, there you can wrestle it out properly. Yeah, I'm not saying ignore when someone has done or said something that is mean. But when it is just the two of you, now you wrestle it out properly and tell someone, oh, I do not appreciate this, or this was ugly. Yeah, but in private, because no one likes to be embarrassed. So don't embarrass your friends. Then do not overstay your welcome. Oh my God, we all love our friends' places, yeah? And especially if someone is like your best friend or your close friend, you visit them and you stay and you stay and you stay and you never leave. I know all of you are now thinking about that particular friend who always overstays their welcome. My God, try not to overstay your welcome. Try not to visit too much. Learn to make your place an environment that you too can enjoy, so that you're not always at people's homes visiting. Yes. So don't overstay your welcome. If you visit someone, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? So yeah, don't overstay your welcome. Keep your welcome short or interesting. Or if you stay long this time, next time, let people enjoy their spaces. Then avoid selfishness. Oh my God. There are people who, whenever you're with them, it is about them. It is about, if you're going to hang out, it's about the places they like to hang out. If you're going on a trip, it has to be about the place they want to go. If you're seated with them, they are going to talk about themselves from the time they arrive to the time they leave. Oh my gosh. Hey, when will you let your friends speak? So let us not be too selfish. Listen to your friend. Find out, how are you doing today? What's going on in your life? What's happening for you? And don't be too quick to advise. Sometimes people don't want advice. They just want you to listen. So don't make every conversation about you. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not funky at all. Friend, we're here to learn from one another. So yeah, Don't get mad at me for pointing out some of these things. And then learn to pray for your friends and with them. Yes. Life can mean to be very emotional. And you've heard the term of life is spiritual. Yeah. So when your friend is going through something, sometimes we cannot physically help them. But if you pray for them, if you lift them up in prayer, and you don't have to wait for something to be going wrong in their lives to pray for them, you can just even pray for, if they have families, pray for their families, pray for their children. If they have a goal they are targeting, you pray for them to achieve their goals. Pray with them. There's a bond that builds in this way. Yeah. And we all have different ways we pray. So I'm not telling you a particular way, but learn to pray for your friends. It's good. Yeah. Friendships have good vibes, but there are those unspoken rules, of which I have mentioned some of them. So these rules differ from person to person. So the ones I've mentioned are not like the underlining of it all, because all of us have different rules. So think about your rules and maybe share them with us in the comment section. Would love to hear from you. What are those unspoken friendship rules that are there that you have? Because these rules, my friend, they traverse to even other relationships in our lives. And remember, we all like to be liked. Yes. As human beings, whether we admit it or do not admit it, we like it. So I do not believe in this notion that people are saying, as long as I like myself, I don't need people. I don't need anyone. No, it's not true. That is just a place. Maybe you've been burnt once or twice, and that could just be because you're surrounding yourself with the wrong people. So since we all love to be liked, it's just human nature. Let us learn some of these things. Let us understand some of these unspoken rules. Someone doesn't have to sit down and teach you every day on a board what to do or what not to do. But some of these things come naturally. And when they do, then we learn. Then that light is spread out. Those good vibes are spread out. Thank you so much for your time. Please remember to like, to subscribe, and to share, and be back here next time. I look forward to sharing more from you. And please go into the comment section. Share what you have to learn. And if you have a topic you'd like us to talk about, please mention it in the comment section, and we will share. We will talk about it, because we are here to bring that light that is within us. Bye-bye. See you next time.